Hello again. I'm going to talk a little bit more about Reiki, questions that I regularly get asked about Reiki. And I've done this before, but every week the questions are different. So I thought I would address them for you today. These are the ones that I was asked today. The first one is, do you have to learn Reiki to do it? Well, technically yes, but we all have our own healing abilities. So sometimes mothers in particular, they'll touch their children and they get well, or just mother's touch is enough. But when we learn Reiki, what we are doing is having our pipe cleaned, as Franco Java says, and it's reconnecting us back. It's cleaning the pipe, cleaning the gunk. And so if you learn properly from a professional Reiki teacher, they will clean that pipe, as we call it, through the reiju or the attunements. And then the Reiki really flows smoothly, and then anybody can do it. Technically, many people can heal without that reiju or that attunement, but to learn and to do Reiki properly, it is much better to learn from a professional teacher, and that will work much better. Can I do Reiki on plants and animals? Well, absolutely yes. Yes. My husband is brilliant at doing this. But you just have to, if you've got the Reiki within you, you've learnt the Reiki, you just literally need to touch the animals anywhere on the body, and they love it. Your dogs, if you've got dogs in particular, they will just come up and rub against you until you place your hands on them, because literally when you have the Reiki running, it's on and it's off. So your animals, any animal, will benefit from it. And my old cat that we had, she had kidney failure. The vets wanted us to put her to sleep, and Roy said, no, I will do Reiki on her. And he did Reiki on her every single day, morning and night. She jumped on his knee for it, and she lived for another 3 years. Now plants, again, plants love Reiki. My husband is the best example here, because I have another friend, Terry, and they love to grow lavender plants. So Roy would do Reiki on his lavender plants every day. Literally, he'd just put his hands around the plant, wouldn't even touch it. His plants grew far quicker than Terry's plants, and we were together in the same house at the same time in Virginia, and within a week Roy's plants had bloomed. I often use Reiki on all the plants in my garden, my fruit, whatever I'm growing, my vegetables. So yes, you can use Reiki on your plants, on your vegetables, in your garden, and on your animals. It's just energy. Even this plant and flower that I have here, you could just literally touch it, and you'd feel a vibration within it. It would almost reach up to you. What is distance Reiki, and does it work? Well, distance Reiki does work. When you learn Reiki, we are taught in the second level to do distant healings. And this means that you can heal somebody or send Reiki. We don't like to say send Reiki, but many people will say send Reiki to somebody in another room, another country. I do it all the time. We have a special symbol and we have a special technique to do it. You need the person's full name and date of birth. And it's as simple as that. And you bring their energy to you using this special symbol, using their details, and you can do the Reiki for them. It's beautiful. You very often will feel it as intensely, or sometimes more intensely, than when they're in the room. And I have some clients who are overseas, but they prefer to have the distant Reiki because they are very relaxed. We usually arrange a time and they will go and lie down or sit down, and they say they feel it more intensely because they're in their own private space and there's no interaction. I'm not there, and they don't feel they need to talk to me or anything. So it is an amazing technique, and yes, it does work. I highly recommend it. So if you want a Reiki session and you can't see the person you want, ask them if they will treat you distantly. I have it all the time, by the way. And we'll also work on your animals. Okay, and what else did I get asked this week? I always note them down because then I can speak to you about it. Do you use symbols in Reiki? I've spoken about this before. Yes, we do, but we don't use the symbols until we learn level 2. Okay, can you send Reiki to a situation? Yes. In the Western style Reiki, we often send Reiki to a situation. And recently I was asked, well, in the summer, I'd forgotten about this because the person spoke to me about it this week. They had the fires in Turkey. And so what we don't actually send the Reiki to the fire, but we send the Reiki to the situation and to the firefighters and the people fighting it. So yes, you can. And I have worked in the past with the Western style Reiki on situations where we really felt it intensely in situations, and you can calm situations down as well. So yes, you can, but you really do need to learn how to do that. Can you use crystals with Reiki? Oh yes, absolutely, because crystals amplify energy and they will amplify the Reiki. If you carry on watching on my channel, I will be speaking about crystals and Reiki and how to use it, but how to use them together. But absolutely yes, crystals and Reiki really go well together. Those are just questions that I was asked this week. I hope they've helped you. Maybe you had one of those questions yourself. But yes, you do really need to learn Reiki properly with a qualified practitioner, a qualified teacher, so that you can understand what the Reiki is and that you can use it for the best benefits for you and your friends and your family and your clients if you want to use it in a practice. I highly recommend that all mothers learn Reiki for their children because they're so susceptible to it. They love it and it really helps them. And in these days of COVID, we've been able to help so many people with distance Reiki, helping to treat them, but that's because we've been taught properly, and I really recommend it. So if you want to learn, go ahead, find a teacher suitable for you, and you can always check in when I'm teaching, because I will be teaching later this year, and I will be teaching just the traditional methods of Reiki. So if you've liked what you've heard, please do listen to my channel. Please do put like on the video and please subscribe to the channel. It's free and I'll be sharing lots more information over the coming months. And the more subscribers we get, the more I am able to share more and more information. Thank you for listening, and I look forward to talking to you again soon.